Time now for this hour's car review. I had the opportunity to drive the 2025 Ford Expedition, made in Louisville, Kentucky, all American. Available trim levels are the Active, the Max Active, the Platinum, the Max Platinum, the Tremor, which we had, the King Ranch, and the Max King Ranch. You can only imagine what the Max King Ranch costs.
Big one.
I reviewed the Tremor 4x4. This is a standard or full-size body-on-frame SUV. Underneath it, it's a F-150 pickup truck for the most part. That's what it's based on. Exterior changes. Well, it was fully redesigned for 2025, although I think most of us would be hard-pressed to be able to tell the difference between a 24 model and a 25 model.
Yeah.
Exterior features. Tremor grille, which is distinct amongst all of the Expeditions. It gives a nod to the Chevrolet, actually. The front grille kind of looks like a Chevy with the bar through the middle of it, with that center horizontal bar. Also, it does have copper gold accents. Now, some people said, I don't like that. I do. I think it makes it different. Stands out a little bit. Gives you an idea that this is pretty cool deal. Straight horizontal side body moldings on it. Extra lighting now on the rear hatch makes it more unique. What I really liked about it was that the Tremor package gives it a more off-road or rugged look. Not sure about the back hatch with the two-toned look for most of the Expeditions. You may have seen one or two of those. Kind of a piano black thing going on back there around the color that's on the car. Interior highlights, Tremor stitching on the seat backs, comfortable seating throughout, easy access to the second and third rows. Yes, this is a 3-row vehicle. Sweeping driver display, love that. Plenty of cubbies throughout the cabin, and really electrical connections throughout as well. Cargo, adequate. With the third row seats up, it's just okay. Clearly, the seat's going to take up some room back there in what would be the cargo area. What I liked, the design and the quality with optional 2-foot center screen.
Wow.
A 2-foot center screen. I did say that. What could use improvement? The steering wheel accessory controls are overcomplicated, and you've got to look at a screen to see what you're doing, which kind of defeats the purpose because you're supposed to be watching the road.
Exactly. And it's not Ford's fault. They all do it. Mine does it too, because you make a mistake and you go oopsie on the steering wheel, and you're not where you want to be in the system.
Yep. 3.5 liter high output EcoBoost V6, 440 horsepower,
wow,
510 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed automatic transmission with a tow rating of 9,000 pounds max, depending on how you got it set up. It's huge. It's an aircraft carrier. Mileage, 15 miles per gallon city. I guess it's better than the V8, the old V8 that isn't available anymore, because I think it got 12 or 13. 22 on the highway for a combined of 18. I got 16.6 over 486.1 miles. What I liked about it, the power, not only in the horsepower, but the torque. What could use improvement? Obviously, fuel economy. I think this would be ripe for a hybrid.
Or a diesel.
But it's funny because, they've tried diesels in these things before. Chevy did it. They've all done it when they get this big. And it would make sense. But people, you got to have a mindset for diesel.
Right. You're going to the eco side of the ownership rather than the torque and the towing.
If you tow a lot, if you got your landscaping trailer behind you that's got 10 tractors on it, then maybe a diesel would work.
But there again, Ford does make diesel F-150s and 250s.
They do.
Yeah. So,
and I don't know what it would take to put a diesel in this, but that's
body on frame. Yeah.
Another open can of worms, because remember, when you change engines in anything, then you get the EPA involved.
Yeah.
And it just becomes a whole nother issue.
Well,
what I liked about it, the extra large, long limousine ride.
Oh,
it's sweet, baby. What could use improvement? Steering radius is a little bit on the long side, but remember, it's about 100 feet long, so it's going to take you a little bit to get in that parking
It's
spot.
the SS Tremor, USS Tremor.
Yes, it's exactly right.
Aircraft
What could
carrier.
use improvement? The steering radius. All right, so here's the pricing for this.
Uh-oh.
The base trim price for the Tremor is $83,945. Prices tested, $86,695. Probably most in the floor mats because you got to have about 15 of them. Base model price, $57,400. So you can get in one.
Yeah. Without floor mats.
Without the floor mats. Yeah, that's rubber flooring in it. $57,400. Okay, competitors. Well, you know what they are. Chevy Suburban, 61.5 is where it starts. The Yukon XL, which is the Chevy's other brother, that's 69.9. And we threw in the Toyota Sequoia, although it's not quite as big. It starts at
off-roady, yeah.
62,425. Not as much sheet metal.
Yeah.
So you get a break on that.
Yeah. Probably not as heavy either. Or less towing.
Yeah.
Less towing.
Yeah. And that is my review of the 2025 Ford Expedition. There's the Monroney on it.
Oh, boy.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Ford blue.
A lot of fine print.
Nice
It
vehicle.
is. You got to have your glasses on for that. Anyway. We've got another car review next hour. And I have to dig down to tell you what well, no, I don't have to dig down that far. But I did want to tell you that next hour I am going to review the Lincoln Aviator all-wheel drive.
I didn't see you have that one. You had that was a short one. You had it was a short
Well,
week or
it's
something?
a midsize.
No, I mean, you didn't have it for a long time.
Oh, yeah, I know. Because we were going through Christmas and New Year's at that time. And so usually I get a car change on Thursday. This particular one happened on a Tuesday.
Right.
And so it was.
Yeah,
And
comes
the
with a
reason I say
holiday
that
on
is when he has a
Thursday.
vehicle, sometime during the week, I'll see the vehicle and, he'll point out the features and go over the Monroney with me. So it's kind of interesting. Very cool.
It is actually.
Mhm.
I have a lot of people
Drive around
comment
and
about the fact
takes me
that I
for
get to
rides.
drive a new, different car every week. And I kind of take it for granted. I've been doing it for so long.
Mhm.
But I really enjoy it and really appreciate the manufacturers loaning me the vehicle for a week because they don't have to. That. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, send us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. We're back.
You bet.
Okay, time now for Jeff's car culture. Those big, mysterious, big rig
And
sleepers.
they've been in the news a lot for the good things, though. But comparing semi-truck sleepers, comfort, space, features for life on the road. Long-haul truckers, the sleeper cab just isn't a place to catch a nap. It's home on 18 wheels. Whether you're an owner-operator, or fleet manager, evaluating trucks for your drivers, trying to choose the right sleeper setup, makes a huge difference in comfort and retention of those drivers. And that's very important for these companies because they hop around. These drivers hop around. They look for the money. What to consider? Trip length, weight, and fuel economy. So here we go, Mike. First one in the hat is a Peterbilt 579 Ultra Loft.
Look at that.
It's an 80-inch sleeper. Comfort and customization is best. The pros on this baby is spacious interior with a high roof for easy movement, ample storage for dual bunk options in case you need
stand
that.
up in there.
Yeah, optional sleeper amenities like refrigerator and TV mount. The cons of this is the most expensive one. It's the premium price. The Ultra Loft is one of the most luxurious sleeper options on the road, often favored by owner-operators who spend weeks on the road in their truck.
How much?
Well, in average, these sleepers go from $230 on up to $350.
What?
Yeah. We get the truck, you get everything with it, but $230,000 to $350,000.
For the truck and the sleeper.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
Gee
Yeah.
whiz.
And that's, you got to be dedicated, and that's your profession. The next one is a Kenworth T680 Next Gen. It's a 76-inch sleeper. Fuel efficiency and comfort is what it's known for. The pros are quiet cab with excellent insulation, ergonomic interior design, smart wheel controls for the digital dash. The cons, slightly smaller living space than the first one, the Peterbilt, who's got the largest sleeper, but the T680 blends modern tech with practical layout. great for fleets focused on driver satisfaction and miles per gallon, because that's very, very important.
On some of these, though, can't you buy the sleeper separately from the actual cab and then they marry them?
I think that's how they originally build them, but then you can also choose like your interior, like when you buy a house, you want rooms.
Yeah, this thing looks almost like an RV from that angle.
Right. And at the end of this, I'm going to point something out on all these pictures to you. All right. The next one is a Freightliner Cascadia. It's a 72-inch raised roof sleeper. It's best known for its fleet efficiency and reliability for the drivers. The pros, available in the Detroit Assurance Suite for safety features, optimize the fuel economy and uptime. It's a well-balanced sleeper layout with optional amenities. The cons, less customizable than the first two we talked about. Freightliner dominates the fleet, and that's what they base everything on. Next one is a Volvo VNL 860. It's a 77-inch sleeper, smooth ride for driver comfort. The pros on this, exceptional ride quality, safety tech, workstations, convertible to a sleeper, advanced infotainment system, and digital controls. The cons, less aftermarket customization. It's a U.S.-based brand Volvo, the VNL series, puts driver experience front and center with most ergonomically friendly interiors available. So this was more designed for the driver rather than the sleep. The last one we have, Mike, is an International LT series. It's a 73-inch sleeper, value-conscious fleets. That's what it's most known for. Competitive pricing and fuel economy with a smart nav system, Bluetooth integration, decent sleep area with basic amenities. The cons, fewer premium sleep options. It's the lower end of it. And International offers a solid no-frills option for those drivers.
Let me ask you something. Do these have toilets in them?
No. So you can probably get one with it, yes.
Shower?
No, I don't know about shower. No, showers you would do at the truck stop. Yes, you can get a commodes type device in there. But what I see on these, when you're on an airplane and all that plastic on the walls and around the windows, that's what this reminds me of, being on an airliner. That type of.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. And it's probably lightweight, like they need it for the fuel efficiency and being economical for the MPGs. So I always wondered.
Yeah. So I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. I promised Mr. Mars to get in his driving destinations, and we're looking forward to it, Mars.
Here we go.
Yeah, I wanted to finish up talking about some of the car museums. If you're looking for something to do in the winter, you don't really want to go out on a big cruise, but you're looking for something to get your car fix in, look around your area for these small, unique car museums. They're all across the state. And today we're going to start with the Austin Rock and Roll Car Museum. Now, it is a nonprofit car museum, and it's tied into music, films, and pop culture. Of course, it's in Austin, so it's got a little bit of everything in it, including the classic cars. Now, it does have open hours on select weekends, and it's a great looking at the pictures of it and doing the research. That would be a real fun place to go to check out the cars and rock and roll and whatever else they got in there, because they got a little bit of everything from Austin. Then the Roadside America Museum up in Hillsboro. We've been there a couple of times with them doing some video tours of their place. Now, this is a private classic car and automobilia collection. It's in a historic Ford dealership there with 40s to 50s vehicles and vintage signage. They have a lot of groups have events up there, a lot of clubs. The Hot Rod Tour of Texas has been known to make a stop in there. It's a really cool place to go and see a lot of Americana from an automotive perspective. Now, you can also go down to Cross Plains to Woody's Classic Cars and Baseball Museum. Now, This is a big place. It's amazingly big, and they've got a lot of classic cars, of course, with the baseball. They got a different collection of classics from mid-20th century, and it's on Highway 36 West, so it's got a easy to kind of find, but you got to be out around Abilene and Brownwood to find this place. But it might be well worth your trip if you're close enough to go look at this. Be sure and check the website, get a better idea, and check the hours, particularly during the winter. Then a really cool museum that I've tried to get to a couple of times, the Permian Basin Petroleum Museum. Now, this is automotive and racing history. Now, it's primarily an oil industry museum out in West Texas. But what it's known for, the Chaparral Racing Car Gallery. Now, they've got a lot of historic cars in there that were built by Jim Hall and Hap Sharp. And it really appeals to car enthusiasts because you get to see the cars and you get to see the oil industry and how it's all tied together. and they got a lot of nice displays in there. And about every other month, if you time it right, they do take the cars out into the parking lot, into the area out there, and they start them and they drive them around a little bit. That's part of the maintenance on them, to keep them running and keep them in pristine shape. They don't just sit there forever and ever. These cars run, and you'll be able to see them ride around a little bit. The last one I wanted to point out was Bill's Backyard Classics up in Amarillo. Now, this is a private classic car collection. They got over 100 vehicles in there spanning hot rods, muscle cars, and vintage trucks. So it's a grassroots auto museum experience. But up in that Texas Panhandle, it's very popular, and it's got a lot of great things to see if you go up in that part of the Texas environment. Just a few things that you could do during the winter to go check out some automobile museums. Be sure and look around your area and see where some of these small ones are that you might find a little bit closer.
Good idea. Thank you, sir. Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2026 Lincoln Aviator. Final assembly location, Chicago, Illinois. Available trim levels, the Premier, the Reserve, and the Black Label. I drove the all-wheel drive Black Label. This is a standard SUV. It includes 3 rows with a total of 6 seats. Sharp looking. Exterior changes from last model year. Well, it was introduced in 2020, but they've done some updates to it, and it looks modern, and it doesn't really look like it needs an update, to be honest with you. Sharp looking Lincoln grille, chrome bling or tuxedo black appearance trims. Roof line narrows at the roof, back at the roof there, as you can see. Mm-hmm. Modern lighting, front and rear. What I like, the straight lines, the conservative, all-American black tie look. What could use improvement? Can't wait to see the new design.
Really?
You know that it's got to be on paper already if they haven't already started
probably
making parts. Interior highlights. Our Black Label is luxurious throughout the cabin. To die for comfortable seating. High-class leather appointments in our top-of-the-line vehicle. Attention to detail is evident throughout. Cargo room behind the third row. It's small when the third row is up. Do you seat that many people in the third row? I wouldn't think so unless it's the kids. What I liked, overall comfort. What it could use improvement, steering wheel controls lead to eyes off the road because you have to look at a screen to see where you are with all of that. Not a big fan. Self-driving feature, that needs improvement. I don't understand why you would have a self-driving feature that you have to keep your eyes on the road all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't understand the whole philosophy. You may have some thoughts on it yourself. Maybe you've got a self-driving vehicle. More power to you. 3-liter twin-turbo V6, 400 horsepower, 415 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed automatic transmission with a tow rating of 5,000 pounds. Pretty good. 17 miles per gallon city is what it's rated, 25 on the highway for a combined of 20. I got 20.3 miles per gallon over 506 miles. Shame on me, I went over the 500 mile limit.
Oh, Lordy.
Man.
What I liked, the smooth V8-like power. What could use improvement? How about a hybrid version of that? Why not? Get a little bit better gas mileage?
Yeah.
Same power? I'm all for it. This is underpinned by Explorer parts. Ford Explorer is a unibody chassis. So there is not a body on frame.
Those things are nice too. Ford Explorer's a nice vehicle.
They are. And this is obviously the gussied up version, as I like to call it. What I liked about the ride and handling, superb adaptive suspension. It was smooth, baby.
It's a Lincoln.
What could use improvement? Competition from Cadillac.
I was going to say this one rides like a Cadillac, right?
Why do we all say that?
I don't know.
We say that because and why doesn't Cadillac have a competitor?
Well, the term comes from they had the luxury Cadillac
of course.
back at the beginning.
No, I get it.
That's just an old saying.
No, I get it.
But no, I like this.
I do too. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Not so sure about the price though. You might not like that.
Okay, let's go.
Base trim price, of course, is the top of the line, $85,170. Price is tested $88,495. Mars has got one on order. Base model price, the entry level price on this Aviator, $52,238.
I thought it'd be higher than that.
Competitors, let's put the Lexus GX up against it for $64,735. The Acura MDX, $51,800. Now remember, now we're talking about base prices. And the base price on the Aviator is $52,238. The Volvo XC90, also a competitor, $61,050.
Wow. You know, you talked about the self-driving aspect of it and eyes on the road. My vehicle's got a feature where when you wear sunglasses and things, it'll tell you, hey, keep your eyes on the road. The little thing will flash up on the screen. That's not part of the self-driving. It's just a different feature that they put on.
I have a tendency to drive with my hands
Eyes closed?
at 12 o'clock. Well, when I got my eyes open, I got it there. And it'll block a lot of that. And it'll tell me to keep your eyes on the road. All I got to do is move my hands to the proper 1 and 3 position or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's very irritating.
Do you still have a driver's license? The state of Texas gives you a driver's license, Marv?
Well, we need to move on to the next segment.
Has it been suspended or something?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not again.
Not again.
Hey, I had so many tickets growing up, the cop and I were on a first name basis.
One of the